Welcome to your daily stock market summary from MarketSnap. Hey everyone, and welcome back. It is Thursday, June 4th, and we have a fascinating day to unpack. The market is sending some seriously mixed signals. On one hand, we've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average staging a massive comeback, but on the other, the tech-heavy Nasdaq is feeling the heat from some disappointing earnings from the AI darlings. It feels like the market is at a real inflection point, trying to figure out what's next. So let's dive into the action. Let's start with the big picture. The Dow Jones was the star of the show today, surging over 870 points, or 1.7%, to close above 51,500. That's a huge reversal after yesterday's 620-point drop. The S&P 500 also managed to eke out a gain, up about 0.4% to 7,584, but it was a battle. The Nasdaq, however, ended the day essentially flat, down just 0.09% after being dragged lower by the tech sell-off. The VIX, our fear gauge, dropped over 4% to around 15.4, suggesting some of the panic from yesterday is easing, but we're not out of the woods yet. The real story today is the divergence between the old economy and the new. While the Dow was ripping higher, the Nasdaq was held back by a brutal day for some key AI and semiconductor stocks. The rotation out of tech and into value is in full swing, and the poster child for this rotation is Broadcom. Shares of the chip giant got absolutely hammered, plunging over 12.5%. The company reported earnings, and while they beat estimates, the revenue miss and a seemingly underwhelming outlook were enough to spook investors who have gotten used to perfection from these AI plays. This is a classic case of buy the rumor, sell the news, and it's a stark reminder that even the hottest stocks can get punished. It wasn't alone. Micron also took a hit, falling over 7.7%, and Ciena, the networking equipment maker, dropped a staggering 13.6% despite beating earnings. The market is clearly demanding more from these companies, but while tech was getting crushed, the rest of the market was having a party. Leading the charge was United Health Group, which jumped over 5% after Bank of America upgraded the stock, citing a favorable risk-reward setup. This single-handedly lifted the Dow. Goldman Sachs also had a great day, up nearly 5% as financials found their footing. And look at Blackstone, up 7.5%, and Robinhood, up over 6.6%. This is a classic rotation into value, financials, and healthcare. The money is moving. If we look at the most active names, you see the story play out. Nvidia was up nearly 2%, showing some resilience, but Alphabet popped over 3.6% on a new partnership with Palantir. Meanwhile, Broadcom, Micron, and AT&T were all in the red. It's a tale of two markets right now. So what's driving this? A lot of it comes down to macro. Oil prices eased a bit today, which gave the broader market some relief after yesterday's surge on renewed Iran tensions. But the bigger picture is that the market is starting to question the AI narrative. We're seeing articles everywhere warning about an AI bubble bigger than the dot-com era, and a lot of smart money is starting to get nervous. The Fed's Beige Book released yesterday showed that inflation is still sticky, driven by energy costs, and that the consumer is becoming increasingly divided. The K-shaped economy is alive and well. Looking ahead, next week is going to be a big one for economic data. We've got inflation data coming out, which will be crucial for the Fed's next move. But more immediately, tomorrow we get the monthly jobs report. The whisper number is for a solid increase, but given the recent jump in jobless claims, there's some uncertainty. This report could be the catalyst for the next big move. Zooming out to the weekly performance, the winners are a mixed bag. You've got Aptiv, the auto parts maker, up over 20% for the week, and Rivian, up nearly 20%. But you also see IBM and Workday in the top 10, showing some strength in enterprise tech. On the flip side, the weekly losers are telling. Carvana is down over 13%, and Cerebras Systems, the AI chip company, is down over 13% as well. Chipotle and New Holdings are also on the list. This shows that the rotation is hitting some of the high-flying names from earlier this year. Looking at the sectors, energy is the only one that's green for the week, up 1.3%. That's all about the geopolitical risk premium in oil. Everything else is in the red, with healthcare being the worst performer for the week and down over 4%. We also had a ton of earnings today. Ciena beat but got crushed. Five Below had a great quarter, but the stock got clobbered, and PVH Corp lowered its full-year guidance and got hammered. It was a tough day for earnings plays. You can find exclusive earnings transcript summaries on MarketSnap to get the full picture. That's a wrap for today's stock market summary from MarketSnap. Thanks for tuning in. It was a day of major rotation, with the Dow roaring back while AI stocks took a breather. The key takeaway for the long-term investor is to stay diversified. Don't get caught up in the hype of any single sector. Keep an eye on that jobs report tomorrow, and as always, make sure to check out our SWOT analyses for deeper dives on the stocks that matter to you. We'll see you tomorrow.